Good morning. Hi there. Aileen here. I am back and I'm very happy to be back this morning doing this session on total rubbish and lies I've heard about color analysis and why these beliefs are not helping you. So I'm very excited about this session this morning. I'm talking about one of my favorite things, which is color. Um, and I've been geeking out in color for the last couple of weeks. So I've really been rooting around in different groups and watching what's going on around color analysis. And I ended up with coming up with 7 things that I would like to talk about this morning to dispel some of the misinformation and kind of rubbish, to be honest, around color analysis. Now, if you're joining me here this morning, say good morning, um, because I love to know who I'm speaking with. I love to know who's here with me. I love the session to be as interactive as possible. So as I'm chatting to you here now, I'm just making sure that I am live in my group in the right place. So I'm just checking that now. Say good morning. Say good morning. If you are here with me, maybe it's not morning for you. Oh, I see you, Lena. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. And you, Lena, I believe you're in Ireland. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone else live, say hello. And I'd love to hear, your feedback as well. At the end of the day, what I'm talking about here is really my opinion and my experience of working with color analysis for almost 20 years now. I trained back in 2004, and I have kind of been geeking out on color ever since. I was one of the pioneers in online color analysis, so I'm going to talk about that this morning as well, because I think that really was the new frontier. And I think a lot of analysis. So I'm going to be talking about some of the misconceptions around that as well. Um, so welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are new and who don't know me, my name is Aileen Lane, and I am a six-figure mentor to personal stylists. I help personal stylists build a six-figure business through strategy and mindset. And I was a personal stylist myself for many years. I know many, many of the struggles that you go through, and I am here to help. So on to this morning's topic, which is, things that I've seen out there in different groups, sometimes that I hear from clients in my online color analysis training. Sometimes I hear information when I'm doing discovery calls with people or I'm talking to them on the phone. So if you identify with anything that I'm saying and you have a question, or even if you don't necessarily agree with me, pop it in the comments. I would really, really love to hear your feedback. So I have 7 points that I want to talk about this morning. Point number 1 is actually about online color analysis, the fact that it doesn't work. I thought that kind of thing had gone away, or that idea had gone away, or that belief had gone away, but it is still around. And I actually was in a group there recently, and I noticed that another trainer who's also actually teaching online color analysis, she mentioned in one of her posts that she did a color analysis for an online client recently, who had had a bad experience doing online color analysis before. So this client had gone and had her colors done online a couple of times, I believe, and came back and she wasn't happy with her color. So this particular trainer stroke color consultant did her colors and sent her away happy. Now, this was actually the first time I kind of heard this about online color analysis. But when we used to do in-house color analysis, it was quite common to get somebody who had gone and done their colors before, they weren't happy, and they came to us to have their colors done again. It wasn't uncommon in in-house color analysis, and it won't be uncommon in online color analysis, because consultants have varying degrees of experience. Consultants sometimes are swayed by perhaps what the client is saying. Great to see you, Diane. Welcome. So you will get people who have done an online color analysis and they won't be happy, because also there's varying levels of training. I will say that I feel my training, not to blow my own horn, but my own training, I've taken over 70 consultants through online color analysis. And I believe that we give the client the best possible chance, because you do have the option to bring the client to my group where everybody weighs in and everybody gets a chance to comment on the client's colors. But that misconception that you'll never get it wrong online, it just doesn't make sense, because even when consultants were doing face-to-face, they used to get it wrong. So again, color is subjective. And I'm not here to put anybody's method down or anybody's opinion down, but it is my opinion after, I don't know, I'm doing online color analysis since 2019. So how many years is that? 3 years. I've trained over 70 consultants to do online color analysis. I have clients who are very, very happy with their online analysis sessions. As I have clients whose clients are very, very happy. So that's enough evidence for me. Can people get it wrong? Of course they can get it wrong, especially if they don't have a lot of experience doing it. They're starting out. Perhaps they don't have support, backup. They've no one to bounce their ideas off of. Of course they can get it wrong. But does it mean that all online color analysis is wrong? No, absolutely not. So that's misinformation one. So I hope that's clear to you. Misinformation number two is that, you know, if you're doing face-to-face color analysis, you can't do online color analysis. Absolutely not. The two are not mutually exclusive. You can do both in-house color analysis and you can do online color analysis, because it gives you the best chance in your business. It gives you the best chance in your business because you have more of a chance to have more clients, of course. So for me, the two are not mutually exclusive. And actually, I think it's a great business idea to have both. So you can service clients who are local and you can come into your studio, or you can service clients overseas, or you can create a passive income product with some element of online color analysis as well, which is pretty amazing. So there are many, many ways that you can use in-house color analysis, but also online color analysis. So I think personally that online color analysis makes your business very flexible. It allows you to work, even if you're in another country. So for instance, I'm well known to like to go to and spend my summers in Ireland. I used to do online color analysis from Ireland as normal. So it allows you that kind of flexibility in your business, or for whatever reason, if you're stuck at home with, somebody that you're caring for and you can't travel, or if you're like me, you prefer to stay at home. I don't really like going out a lot. I love being at home. I love hanging around at home. So for me, the fact that, I don't have to get dressed head to toe, I can just put on makeup and a nice top and get on there and give my client a great experience, that's what it's all about for me. So that's misconception number 2. Misconception number 3, eye pattern. Okay, so this one came up recently on a group I was in, and a lady posted a picture of her eye, And it caught my eye because it looks exactly like my eye. It really and truly did. So she took up a close-up of her eye and she pasted it in the group. And she was all confused because I think maybe she was a consultant. I don't really know, but she was confused and she knew that there was some information out there about the pattern in your eye tying in with your season. Now, when I learned how to do color analysis initially, I did learn how to do color analysis using eye pattern as one of the clues. But honestly, it used to confuse me like nobody's business. Really and truly, it did. You can get some indication of somebody's season by the color in their eye, but honestly, it can be really confusing also. So take my eye, for instance. My eye is a light gray blue eye, and in the middle of the light gray blue eye is a sun around the pupil. Now, this is supposed to be an indication of spring. It's a spring sun, according to Bernice Kentner, who I actually believe is like one of the masters in color analysis and who I trained with. So she talks about a spring pattern, and this is the spring pattern that's in my eye. I cannot wear any warm colors. I look awful in warm colors. It makes my skin look pinky blotchy. It makes me look older. It makes me look unwell. So even though there is an indication of spring in my eye, I do not wear spring colors. So can you see how that information can be confusing? So I actually dropped doing eye pattern analysis for clients because it was just too confusing. And also it was a little bit uncomfortable. You know, that back then we had this kind of MagnaLite thing, which was like a magnifying glass where you would go close up to somebody's eye and you would you would put the magnifying glass up against their eye and try and see the pattern in their eye. So it was kind of uncomfortable, especially with men. It was really kind of uncomfortable. So I dropped that, and I advise that if this is causing you confusion in your color analysis, you should drop it too, because it's just one of the indications, and sometimes the information can be very confusing. Now, the information that I do use from the eye is the blood vessels in the eyes, because these are really good indication of whether a person is warm or cool. So for instance, I'm cool and my blood vessels are lighty pink in my eyes. Whereas if you look at a warm person, the blood vessels tend to be quite orange, peachy orange. And there is a big difference between the two. So it's obvious. It's an obvious indicator of whether somebody is warm or cool. The other thing I use is the level of contrast between the white and the color in the eye. So sometimes that contrast is very high, and it's obvious to see that that's a high contrast season. Whereas if somebody has lower contrast between the white of the eye and the light color of the eye, then they have a lower level of contrast. So in my case, like I have a kind of a creamy white, and my eye color is kind of a light gray. It's lower contrast. I'm a summer, so I use those things. I use the eyebrows, obviously. Sometimes I use, the color I see around the eyes. So they're all just indicators. And it's not something, that I would rely on by itself. I always drape out the client, whether it's online or offline. That is the indication of the season or the tone. I actually teach both seasonal and tonal in my color training, and I go between the two. They're actually the same thing. It's just the tonal system gives you more options rather than just dealing with the 4 seasons. I often find somebody falls between 2 seasons. So for instance, for me, I fall between summer and winter. So I find the cool palette looks better on me. So these are the things to take into consideration when you are color coding somebody based around their eye. So that's the eye pattern. The next thing I want to talk about is skin tone. And I think this one is really, really important. I think this one is really important because it causes so much problems for newer consultants. And I just think it's not necessary that it cause that amount of problems. When I started doing color analysis initially, I used to have a foundation test. I had a set of cool foundations and a set of warm foundations. And I used to put these on the skin of the client, on their forearm here. I would put some of the cool and some of the warm in the color that was closest to their skin tone. And sometimes I would see that one was really obvious and one was not. Sometimes I couldn't tell the difference between the two, and sometimes it was wrong. Now, this is physically in the person, having the person in the chair in front of you. Honestly, I don't think it is that easy to tell whether somebody is warm or cool just by looking at them, whether they're online or offline. It's not an easy judgment call. And I'm going to tell you this story because this illustrates this point. I have 3 sisters. But when we were younger, there was a lot of us, there's a lot of kids in my family. We were quite young, I was probably 6 or 7, and we went to my grandmother's house, and she was counting. The little yellow one is not here. Yellow. The little yellow one is not here. And it's kind of stuck with my sister. But my sister is actually a winter. She's a winter seasonal color analysis diagnosis. And she has a yellow skin tone. She has a very, very yellow skin tone. And when I started working with clients, I found, oh my God, many clients who are winter have a yellow undertone on their skin. They look quite yellow, and the winter colors clear the yellow in the skin. So honestly, trying to determine somebody's colors based on whether they are warm or whether they are cool is just going to confuse you. And I do not advise that you do it. Drape out the client. Sometimes it's very obvious. I mean, when you look at me in person, and if I have good light, this light is quite good, I believe, you can see that I'm quite pink. I'm quite pink, but it's not that obvious in a lot of people. I have summer people who present with a very nice tan, especially light summers. They present with a very, very light tan. Winters can go quite olive. So trying to determine, and I haven't actually even added in fake tan into the picture yet. Fake tan completely changes people's skin tone. So I think the best way to determine somebody's colors is still to drape them out fully, not just, guess. It is extremely difficult to guess. And anytime I've guessed, or sometimes when I've guessed, I've been wrong. So pop in the comments if any of this is making sense to you. Do you struggle with color analysis because of anything that I've said so far? Because honestly, if we have strong beliefs around any of these subjects, it can often, undermine our confidence. It can undermine our confidence and make us feel that we're not good enough, or that our information is not good enough, or that, we won't do it right. And sometimes that myth is perpetrated on the internet as well, where one consultant will criticize another consultant. And I don't promote that at all. I really do not promote that. We're all in this together. We all lift each other up. We all help each other, and not go on somebody else's post and put a comment to say that you think the person is wrong. Why is that helpful? It isn't. It's not helpful. Okay, So don't get me started on that, because I don't want to go down that route. So is anybody resonating with what I'm saying so far? Is this making sense? Many of you consultants who are in my online color training have heard all of this already, so it's not 100% new for you. But if you are new to color analysis, if you are in those early days and you are struggling with some of the things that you've been told, or you haven't got a lot of support, and you're out there trying to do it yourself, I think some of these ideas will help you to get more confidence in what you're doing, and to learn as you go, because I had to learn too. I had my first color client all those years ago. I had my second and my third, and I have learned so much through doing, putting yourself out there, taking the chance initially that it's not going to be perfect, but you're doing it and you're learning as you go. Okay. The next thing I've heard is something along the lines of, you just have to love color analysis, and that's enough to build a business. Now, I probably went into color analysis thinking that was true myself, but actually it isn't. You need to be able to be brilliant at color analysis, but you also need to be good at business. You need to be able to sell your color services. You need to be able to explain the value in what you are providing. And you need to be really, really, really consistent with your message. And just loving color or just loving what you're doing is not enough. You also have to get good at the business skills around selling your color analysis services. So that's just, a dose of truth there, a bit of a truth bomb. Okay, next one I have is, you can't build a business from color analysis. You can't build, a big business or a profitable business from color analysis. That's absolutely not true. I know many, many consultants who have built their business around color analysis, and they have amazing businesses. Look at Kittlewell Colors, for God's sake. They have built a massive business just around color-coded clothes. Look at somebody like Helen Allen from Colors by Elle. She is a color consultant. She sells color-coded shoes, and she has built an amazing business around that. I have another consultant, Katie Binns, who has an occasion wear shop for gowns and dresses and occasion wear. She has her business built around color as well, and I see her promoting it so well. So it's a total myth that your whole business can't be about color analysis. It totally can. Mine initially was just about color analysis. That's all I really talked about, because I felt really comfortable about that. But of course, you have to package it. You have to package it in a way where it's not just like, come get your colors done, come get your colors done, come get your colors done. It's more about, what is your story around color? What is the result that you're delivering? And you need to market it, of course, in a clever way. It's not just about like the thousands of consultants that I see online, go, come get your colors done, come get your colors done, come get your colors done. It has to be more than that. But you can absolutely base your business around color analysis. I'm sure there's probably people watching this who have based their business around color analysis. So pop a comment in there if you have. I have very few comments in here this morning. I don't know if it's that people aren't commenting or people aren't finding me or what's happening, but even if you're watching this on replay, hashtag replay, and pop your comments in there if you have a business around color analysis, that you've built your business around color analysis. Okay, so those are some beliefs that I have seen floating around on the internet, on calls that I've been having with people. And I thought this morning would be a great opportunity to hop on here and dispel some of those beliefs that I have heard. If you have any other belief that you want me to comment on, please, please, please just pop it into the comments, and I'm happy to comment on that belief. Now, at this point, I want to tell you that I actually have that the price on my 5 weeks to online color analysis program is going up today. It's going up today. So I want to share with you a little bit about what's included in the program. So if you have been thinking about online color analysis, now today is the day to get on the program. So I'm just going to share a few slides with you so that you can, let me just make this a little bit bigger for myself. So you can get an idea of what's in my online color analysis program. So this is my program to help personal stylists to take their color analysis online. It's called 5 Weeks to Online Color Expert. It's running since 2019. I have over 70 consultants in the program, helping them to color code online. But what's actually happened over time is it also helps people with in-house color analysis. It didn't start out to do that, but I just kept adding more and more training as I saw a need for more information around online color analysis, because many of the consultants who come to me to train with me have already trained in color analysis, but they're confused, they're stuck, they have questions, they're second guessing themselves when they're color coding their clients. So I have added more and more information into the program over time. And that's what I'm kind of known for. It's for over delivering. I love to over deliver. And if you stay till the end of this little short presentation that I'm going to give to you here now, I'm going to talk to you about another way that I'm going to over deliver in this 5 weeks to online color expert program, because I'm continually adding training. I'm continually bringing all the information that I have to the program. So it's called my 5 weeks to online color expert program. Currently, it's priced at 1,200 and it's going up to 1,300 at 5 p.m. today, CET. This is my 5 weeks to online color expert program, which is the online training modules plus the support group that goes along with it, that's really, really active. We're in there color coding every day, and people have said that there's so much value in having this support group. You get lifetime access. You can bring your clients to the group and you can have them color coded in there with all the help that you need. So I have amazing bonuses that go along with this program. I have a full set of seasonal and tonal digital palettes that go along with the program. So these are the palettes that go out to the client after you have conducted the online color analysis. They can open it on their phone, they can open it on their computer, whatever they like. And that means you never have to buy, the physical swatch again. So you can see a return on investment there already. You can brand these palettes as your own with your own branding. And you can do what you want with these palettes, which is just amazing. I've seen loads of people using them in their marketing, for instance. So you get a full set of seasonal and tonal digital palettes. You also get a full set of seasonal and tonal client reports. So these are a template for seasonal and tonal clients that you send out to them after the consult. Again, you can brand it to whatever you want yourself. You can put your own logo, you can put your own colors, you can put your own information. So if you specialize in a particular area, so maybe for instance, you specialize in, women over 60, maybe you can put in some specialized information in there for them that'll make them feel, really heard. It'll make them feel really good about themselves. And you're over delivering. You're giving them an amazing service when you do online color analysis for them. Number 3, I give you the online color presentation I use with my clients. So I give you the template for the color consultation I use with my clients. Now, I also give you 7 fully recorded consultations that I have done live with my clients using this exact same presentation. So you can see from the get-go how to color code someone, what to say, how to present the information to them so they have an amazing experience. You'll also get a set of 52 digital seasonal and tonal drapes. These are the digital equivalent of your cloth drapes, which we use to drape your clients to determine what season or what tone they are. And again, you get to use those over and over and over again. You never have to tidy them and you never have to wash them, which is amazing. And this is the new bonus that I'm putting in here. So even if you're already an existing client of my 5 weeks to online color expert, if you're already in there, this is new sales webinar training that I'll be doing the week after next, because I believe my color training is different from every other color training program out there, is because I help my consultants to sell their services. I think that's really, really important. You need to learn that skill. And if you're not getting that skill with your color analysis training, then your color analysis skills will probably sit there unused. You need to learn how to sell. And one way of selling online especially is a sales webinar. And this is really, really amazing for, getting more clients into your program. Just last week, I ran one of these sales webinars and I had 3 clients. So I made $3,000 just like that. So these sales webinars really, really help you to convert your warm audience that you spent all your time building that audience in social media. You take them from social media, you take them through this webinar, and they buy from you. Because otherwise you can be on social media day and night and not really getting very many clients. If that's your experience, then this sales webinar training that I am going to do with you will really help you to start getting clients in the door. This is completely new. If you're already in my program, just sit back and relax. This is just an extra bonus you're going to get. And if you're joining, obviously, today, you will also get this training as well. Okay, so you're going to get really a business in a box when you take the 5 weeks to online color expert. You're going to get everything you need to start tomorrow. You can start tomorrow. Imagine that. You can start promoting your online color services tomorrow anywhere on the internet. And you can start getting clients in the door. If you've moved country and you have clients in existing countries, or you have a warm audience in an existing country, if you work remotely, if you live on a remote island, if you just don't want to leave the house like me, you are going to get a business in a box, and you have all that massive support. So your questions are answered, anything that you're second guessing about, your analysis, I am there to help you. There are 70 other consultants in the group who can help you. You can ask all the questions you want. You can get all the support you want. If you are thinking about this program, really and truly, today is the day. It's 1,200. There is a payment plan. It goes up to 1,300 at 5 p.m. today. So you can get started today for as low as 267. Now, anyone that knows me knows that, I never discount my prices. I never, ever discount my prices. I often throw in, value to sweeten, like goodies, like all sorts of things, but I never lower the prices on my programs. So you're going to get it for the best possible price you're ever going to get it today. That's it. So if you have been thinking about it, get started today. Pop me a message. I'm also going to pop the link in the group with the details, so you can actually go in there and actually buy it directly off the sales page if you are interested in doing that. Okay, do I have one more slide? Yes, there's 100% risk-free guarantee. If you join the 5 weeks to online color expert program today, and if by week 2 you feel you haven't, if you've attended the classes, if you've done the assignments I set you, if you're making an effort, and by week 2 you just say, look, this program is not going to work for me, I want my money back, I will give you your money back, just without question. That's how much faith I have in this program. So you have 100% risk-free guarantee. Of course, if you find you may not use any of the materials that you have downloaded or that you have used. But I find most people in this community are very fair-minded, they're very honest. It's a tiny industry. It really is very small. And if your behavior is to go in and download materials and use them, and then not pay for the materials, well, then that's not a very, very nice sign of character, nor is it going to get you much success, really. So I don't worry about giving this 100% risk-free guarantee. Genuinely, if you don't use the program, just say, I'm not going to use the program, I don't need the support, and I will give your money back. Okay, so that was kind of a wind up of my last few weeks of working with color analysis. And every time I kind of do a deep dive into it, I learn something new. There's little nuances. I get better and faster, as do my clients, as we learn the little things that are not helpful, the beliefs that are not helping us. And really and truly, if you do not feel confident in your color analysis, you won't sell it. You have to feel supremely confident. You have to feel I'm over delivering. You have to feel like I'm giving so much value. They're getting so much value for their money. They're not actually going to miss out by, working with me. And when you feel like that about your product, it's much easier to talk about it. It's much easier to sell it. That's why I have such ease and grace in selling the 5 weeks to online color expert, because I get such great results for my clients. I know it. I get great results from my clients. They get great results for their clients. And really, if you're not getting results for your clients, you don't really have a business. You need to be getting great results for your clients. They need to be raving about you. They need to be raving fans, or it's very, very difficult to sell. So that is my few words for today. I hope you knocked value out of it. I will come back and check out any comments that appear on the replay. So thank you to the people who joined today. I really appreciate it. And if you have been thinking of taking my 5 weeks to online color expert, today is the day. Have a brilliant weekend, everyone, and I will chat to you all soon. Bye.